Test, test, test. What it do, folks? What it do? Get on in here, chat. Guys, this is my alt account. If you're seeing this, we need extra taps today. What's going on? Hello. What up, Satoshi? What's up, Tantans? What's up, Isabella? Toto? How's it going, y'all? Hold on. Let's get this guy up here. What up, Viking? What up, y'all? Strep throat? Day 4? Damn, dude. Guys, we are doing debate. We're doing debates today. Trump, Kamala, Democrat, Republican. What's up, Marika? How long is the ban on the main? Probably just like 3 more days, maybe. And then we're good. Guys, don't forget to tap the screen. We've got like 300 likes. We're still under 1,000. Let's see this. How is everybody doing today? What did I miss today? Anything crazy? Almost 100K in the main, yeah. You only just now got off the game? Hi, Sutishi. I want to look up for the jobs reports real quick. Chat, if you're a Trump supporter and you want to debate, hop in the box. Come tell me why you like Trump. Hello, are you a Trump supporter?
Hello. I mean, do I have to be a complete Trump supporter, or do I just have to agree on some of the points and say that I voted for him back in 2020?
You didn't vote for him recently?
No, I did. I voted for him in the elections.
You voted for him in 2024?
Yeah.
Okay. Why'd you vote for him in 2024?
Well, I mean, at the time, of course, his policies very enticing, but I mean, I think it was mainly it was a case of two evils, and there was one evil which was worse than the other, in the sense that Kamala Harris was not a bad candidate. Trump was not a bad candidate, but Trump was slightly better than that of Kamala. So that was sort of my reasoning for voting for him back in the previous elections.
I'm having a real hard time here with like the two evil thing. The lesser of two evils. So I even want to do this, dude. Let's make a goddamn chart.
Let's do it.
We've got Trump.
Mm-hmm.
This is Kamala.
Can you move your sticker?
And we've got Trump.
Can you move the sticker? Oh yeah, perfect. Thank you, man.
So Kamala was a civil servant her whole life. She was a prosecutor. She's been in the government for 27 years. She's served almost all 3 branches. What were like the bad things?
So how many of those positions were actually voted on for by the public?
All of them.
Like
almost?
you can say, I mean, long time actually as a state prosecutor. I mean, she was just put in there by the governing body. Now, nonetheless,
senator, they were all voted positions.
Attorney General, yes, but prior to that, as a state prosecutor, I mean, you state that there. Yes, it gives her understanding of the legal system,
Trump
how
was
the
a
government
game
works.
show host before this, so
Yeah, and look at Ronald Reagan. He was a great actor before he became president. I mean, I think
And he was a
best
horrible
presidents,
president. He was one of the worst presidents we've ever had.
Ronald Reagan.
Yes.
You think he was one of the worst presidents the U.S. has ever had?
Yes. Yeah. He's responsible for literally almost every problem you can think of today.
Okay, I mean that's another far-fetched topic, but I think a lot of the great presidents that we've had in the U.S. in our history is they've been actors. Why? Well, because actors are people who no,
By
I'm
what
being fully
metric?
serious. No, but let me just explain myself. Sorry. So actors have a way of connecting with people, but they also have a way of being sarcastic and humorous. And I think being in a position of power, you need to be able to one appeal to the people. You have to be able to convey yourself in a way that the people like. But secondly, you also need to be able to find sarcasm. You need to be able to, of course, you have to take your
Dude,
job very
Trump
seriously. You
just posted
represent
a video of the Obamas as
and
monkeys.
I fully I hate that. I hate that. That's why I asked you before I even started talking is do I still have to be fully supporting all of those ideas? Because I mean, I'm not a person who says yes and no. I'm not a black and white guy. I'm not a 0 and 1 guy, not binary guy. I'm a much more 0 to 100. Everything is ambiguous for me. I find nuance in things. I can't simply say
I'm still
I
trying to figure
love
out
this thing.
what brings Kamala as low as Trump. What's the evilness here?
No, okay. So I mean, you looked at. I mean, I know you looked at Kamala's economic policies. She had no idea of what she was doing, man. And um, Trump, although maybe his economic policy understanding was not as good, at least he had business understanding. This gave him the fundamental understanding of how to run a country. You have to run a country sort of like a huge business. You have this huge balance sheet. You have imports, exports, and you have to be able to manage them to help
Yeah,
to
I don't
help
think
pay.
Trump is not doing that. Trump, when his first go around, added like a quarter of the country's entire debt. Just him. He spent so much fucking money, and he's like, "Look, the
Yeah, but
economy went bump up." Yeah, dude, he's not a great businessman. He spends
well,
so
do you mean
much
the first
goddamn
term?
money.
Do you mean the first term?
Yes,
Well, first term, I mean, you have to also offset all the COVID spending then.
you can. Even without COVID spending, altogether he spent $8.4 trillion. 4.4 of that was COVID. The rest of it was not COVID. Biden spent 2.2 trillion on COVID and 2.3 for COVID. So half in both ways.
Yeah, I mean, but spending at that time, I mean, the US didn't want to get stimulus wrong. After 2008, the US, they didn't have a good recovery after 2008. There was not enough fiscal nor monetary policy stimulus. Then, that's why when 2020 happened, Trump just sent everything in. Arguably, it was too much, but it was better to overshoot than undershoot. That's what happened in
Well,
2008. Never mind.
That's why
That's
Biden
another
sent
topic.
more. You're saying the exact reason why Biden sent more stimulus.
Yeah, exactly. It's good. You had to fully stimulate the economy. I'm all for that.
Yeah.
Stimulate the economy. Don't make the same mistake as 2008.
Yeah.
I don't
That's
know what
that
the point you're trying
again,
to make is. I fully agree with you there, though.
even without stimulus, Trump spends like a fucking asshole. He spent right out the gate again. Just spent. We tripled the size of ICE. You can't even quantify a net positive for mass deportation. It's nothing but net negative for our economy. He's gonna fuck up the economy again. We had the worst job report since 2008 recently. Like he's fucked up the economy.
I don't think you can say it as generally as that. I mean, that's why I came into this call saying nuance. You need nuance. So let's sort of break it down. We have the economy. The one economic indicator you're talking about, unemployment. Unemployment, yes, you cite as one of the high. I don't have the statistics on top of my head. You said they were the highest since when? Sorry, 2008, correct?
The
Did I hear you
lowest
right?
jobs made. 50,000 jobs December. It's fucking
Low jobs made.
ass.
Low jobs made, but unemployment is not at the
And
highest.
unemployment's gone up too, like half a point. It's huge.
What's it at though?
It's over 4.
Well, okay, I mean, that's pretty good. And lowest jobs made, you can't only credit that to the present. We have a fundamental shift. We're sort of in the fourth industrial revolution. AI is already making most companies wary of the way they're
Or we
hiring.
can look
You
at
look at
Trump's
McKinsey.
tariffs. We can look at Trump's tariffs.
Trump.
We can just look at the tariffs that he put up on the first administration.
Wait, but
We lost
ooh, let's
141,000 jobs the second he put up tariffs. These new tariffs uh, have nothing but, as well as deportation, is going to be causing huge mass layoffs. We have tons of layoffs coming from Amazon, from Walmart, from all sorts of huge companies. And it's because the economy's in a downturn, and people in the C-suites are changing positions, changing chairs. People are like leaving the C-suite, and so the new CEO comes in and he wants to show how he's effective. So he lays a bunch of people off just to make the margins go up. That's exactly what's happening right now. It's because Trump has fucked up the economy and made tariffs cause so much uncertainty that nobody knows what to invest in besides Bitcoin and AI.
wait. So are we going away from the unemployment AI thing that I was talking about before? Correct. Now we're going to
I'm just saying.
tariffs.
Well, we can
No, no, no.
talk about the
I'm just asking.
economy as a whole, but Trump
No,
has
no.
fucked up
Okay,
the
so
economy. That's what my case is.
okay, let's go tariffs because that's what you're talking about. And then I'll pivot back to what I was saying before. So tariffs, I agree with you on that. I'm a free market libertarian. I think we should have free capitalist markets. In fact, my great grandparents grew up under communist rule in Poland, so I'm very much against these closed barriers. I mean, they lived behind the Berlin Wall, where it was
What outweighs the lack of a free market? What's a win for you in the Trump administration that makes it up for you?
okay. Yeah. So let me just so tariffs mostly are bad. However, tariffs and quotas to add that protect national security, that protect, um, in that sense, that protect resource access. So
You're
you don't
just
want
saying the exact same thing all authoritarians say to their constituents before they do isolation policy. That's all you're saying. North Korea did this. Hungary.
no. I'm not saying you want tariffs. I'm saying you want specific. You can have tariffs on a specific good and quotas. You don't want to have. You don't want to be exporting all your rare earth minerals. You don't want to be exporting your all your high end chips. Uh, uh,
I
you
get the
don't want to be
strategy
importing.
behind it, but we're getting absolutely fucked because the way Trump is doing this belligerently. All of our allies are
And I
coming
agree,
together
but
and fucking us over. Canada just decided they're going to start buying cars from China, electric cars. They went from 100% tariff to a 6% tariff. They're
I saw that,
absolutely
and
starting to leave like America's about to lose its grasp on the world economy.
y- yeah, and Europe did the same thing with India. But I fear that for these countries like Canada and Europe, they're gonna see the wrath that opening up these free trade, at least India, Europe is a free trade agreement. China, Canada is also a free trade agreement. These two agreements, they're going to come back on them. They're going to hit them in the back. Um,
How so?
I'm saying this because they're going to flood them with cheap goods. This is exactly what happened in Europe when Europe opened up a free trade agreement with South America. When they did that, European farmers suffered. A lot of them had to simply give up on farming because the goods they were importing from South America had prices that were unbearably
The only
cheap
person that
for the
this is going to
farmers.
hurt is mostly Elon Musk and a few of the car manufacturers that make EVs, but it's going to help drastically more people. If you can buy a $13,000 EV that's better than a Tesla, that is extremely good for economic mobility.
So in that sense, yes, I fully agree. But then you also have to think about the local economy and the jobs that you're going to have. I'm talking about more base rate. I'm not talking about like Tesla. That's too specific. It's a single company and it's not even that big. Like Volkswagen makes more EVs than Tesla, and Xiaomi makes more EVs than Tesla. So it's nobody really cares about that. His bigger business right now is space. Whatever. I'm going on a tangent here, but what I'm saying is that these trade agreements between Canada and China, Europe and India will displace a lot of the jobs in Canada and Europe because those are the more developed economies. They have higher paying jobs because they have higher costs and standards of living. Whereas you get this cheap labor in India and China that's going to flood the market with goods that you can't simply perform
You're for free
make in.
trade. How are you against that?
Well, I'm for free trade, but again, it depends also with what markets, with what countries. I mean, that's why also Europe has, they didn't remove all tariffs. They still have like 20% tariffs on a lot of the goods because Europe, now I haven't read the whole Canada China trade deal, like specific numbers, so I'm not going to go into that. But I've
There's
actually
nothing,
read
but
the,
in fact, our trade deficit has now spiked. Like all of these bullshit tariffs have caused the trade deficit to spike. in the
Yeah,
opposite
and
direction. It is
okay,
doing
let's
the
go back to
opposite of what
Europe.
Trump wanted to.
Yeah, let's go back to Europe because you made me go to Canada and all that, and I was just talking more and more about that. But going back to the US, I'm fully with you. We should not have tariffs in the United States. We are known as uh, the capitalist capital of the world.
So why are you
We're meant to
defending
be
them?
advocating. I'm defend. I'm like I said at the beginning. Nuance. The idea that some tariffs are necessary. So of course protect national security, but in general, no, I oppose them. But that's why I mean we've seen the
Okay, so like,
taco. Trump always chickens out. Have you heard about that term?
yeah,
Trump always chickens out. Exactly. So I mean, he's using this more as a bargaining chip. He's using his tariffs as a bargaining chip and never
he's
actually.
using it to be an authoritarian. Okay, that's what it is. That's all he's doing. He's using it to hold other countries hostage economically and force concessions out of them. That's what he's doing.
I mean, European leaders have actually thanked him because he's due to this kind of, as you described, authoritarian style of leadership.
They've thanked him.
He's
They're cursing
yes.
at him. They hate him. NATO is on the brink of
Oh,
collapse, or
can
at least
can I finish?
divorcing from us. No
Can
one's
I finish?
thanking him.
S- Bro, can I finish? So the president of NATO actually at Davos, uh, I was actually in attendance at Davos, and he was saying like, well, he's made us realize because everybody else on the panel was talking
He's
pretty
glazing
much
him
how
like a
it's,
dictator.
but him and the president of
You
Finland,
have to glaze
Finland,
Trump to get
were,
things out of him. So like you don't
but
even know if that guy's being real. He has to glaze him just like Trump glazes Putin, just like Trump glazes Kim Jong Un. Even though if any normal person saw Kim Jong Un or Putin, they would be disgusted. Trump glazes him, and that's what Trump demands from everyone from his cabinet, everybody around him, or else he smites them. He takes personal grudges and he does political things about them, real world political consequences to people if they don't show just loyalty. We can't tell whether or not they're being genuine at all.
yeah, I mean, a lot of leaders have actually stood up against them. And I've watched European leaders stand up against them. But when I'm saying the greater trend that he's using, I'm not saying that don't please don't try to flip it or pitch it. I'm just trying to say that these sort of bargaining chip or authoritarian power that you said, he's used it as a way to help remilitarize Europe, which Europe was in dire need of doing. Europe needs to also be able to defend itself with U.S. support. U.S. will always
This
support
is doing nothing.
European Union.
This is just bullshit talking points. You're just giving an excuse for Trump to be an asshole. Uh,
No, I
These
don't want to.
these
I don't.
people are
I,
now
I'm
going to
not.
be in a less like their situation is going to be worse if Trump it tries to invade Greenland. Like he is
I don't.
causing problems.
I don't think he will. I think he'll end up more with like a trade
No one
agreement,
I
or
don't
maybe it
care.
was.
I don't care. He's the
Oh,
damage is
sorry.
what's going on. Like like I don't get it, we have no idea what he's going to do. For you to sit here and just like romanticize the best outcome of what could possibly happen so that he doesn't look like a fucking asshole is not acceptable. He is dude
Oh, but
if
I'm not.
Kamala did this, you guys be fucking going crazy.
What do you mean, you guys?
The right.
Oh, like, right. I mean, I'm not right. I'm a centrist.
No, you're
Like,
not
I think
centrist
he's
if you're a little bit for Trump. Trump is
really.
very, very, very far. He's as far right as America's has ever had.
I think I can name a few other more right wing
Who?
people I've heard.
Who?
That one famous YouTube, the guy who blatantly uses the N word. What's his name? The like TikTok. He has a podcast or like
Okay.
a show.
Did he do mass deportation and like
Oh no, of course
nativism?
he's non-power. He's non-power. He's non-power.
No. Did he do back in when he was in power? Did he do mass deportation? Did he separate the masses in minority groups and demonize them to win political power? Did he have a secret police and try to use them as personal detail?
Who are you talking about now?
Trump.
Trump. I mean, he does a lot of that, yeah.
Okay.
But
Do we
like,
have
what
any
I would
other politicians in American history that did all that?
no, I don't. I mean,
That's
not to
as
my
far right as
knowledge.
you go.
In as a president, yeah, I think it might be one of the most far right. But I think the problem with Trump also is the way he he speaks. He's not PR trained. Clearly, he just speaks his mind, and I think that's not a problem.
You can
U.S.
look at
President
you can look him back in
should.
2016. He knows what it's like to be PR trained. He knows how to be at least somewhat civil. He chooses not to be. Stephen Miller has given him most of the inflammatory rhetoric that he says, and it's literally all divisive. It's all divisive to invoke nationalism and othering and hatred and white supremacy and Christian nationalism. It's nothing but hatred.
Mhm. Yeah, I mean, I don't like the way he speaks. It's very undiplomatic, and I'm all for diplomacy. I think diplomacy should still exist. I mean, I rewatched political debates, 2012, 2008. Those were those were actually a pleasure to watch. You see these candidates debating, and they can respect each other's ideas, and I think that's what's missing from the general political scene. Even like TikTok podcasters, whatever you guys call yourselves, like yourself, I think you should be able to also see. I mean, I think you guys should take more middle ground. I think you guys should take
We are
more
middle.
nuance in the way.
We are so in the world stage, we are like right of most of the liberal movements in other Western countries. We don't have socialized healthcare. We don't have anything. We are to the right of like most like we are middle of the road.
Okay, okay, but I'm not actually talking spectrum, like nuance. Provide some nuance into your interpretations. I think that'd be useful for your listeners too. I mean, this is the first time I ever come across your page. I just saw you had a empty video when I came on, so I thought I'd hop on. And I mean, I think you should always approach these issues with nuance. I think you can't you can't say for any president of the United States or any president of any country at that point that the president was inherently bad fully. Of course, there are exceptions where you have dictatorships, um, pure
Trump is
dictatorships.
Trump is doing everything he can
Yes,
to
yes,
form a dictatorship.
I knew you were gonna say that. Yeah, yeah. But I was gonna say like dictatorships you saw in Libya, like you saw Nazi Germany, like you see in North
Mhm.
Korea.
What do we
In those
do to
ones,
prevent that? If we just look for warning signs, right? And we say,
to
"Hey,
prevent what
this was
a
what looks
dictatorship
yeah, this is what it looks like
in the
when
U.S.
dictators do stuff." Yeah. How do we do that?
Yeah, I mean, I think saying Trump. Okay, I see why people find similarities. You saw the ICE people dressing up almost in SS trench coats. You see
That's
him.
that's okay. The trench coats are not the biggest deal. It's their
I know,
actions
no, no.
and the way
Yeah,
Trump is hiding their crimes and hiding investigations, not allowing anybody to know their names. Like Politico had to leak them. Unheard of in like American history, like unheard of.
yeah, I
And
know.
he also says he wants them as personal detail when he like does travel when he travels abroad.
Yeah, I mean, honestly, I think if the Democrats manage to secure midterm elections, I actually haven't looked at the numbers. If they do, he will get impeached. I'm almost certain he will get impeached.
Yeah,
Um,
but he's trying to nationalize elections like a dirty little fascist dictator.
yeah, but that's not going to happen. I mean, the thing with Trump is he says a lot, he doesn't do much, and also like
He's
what?
dividing, even if he just says that he divides the country, we have to fight about it. This is fascism.
Yeah, yeah. I didn't say anything against you. I'm supporting you here, man. I was just saying I don't see that as happening realistically. But also now I lost my train of thought. I was thinking. Oh yeah, yeah, yeah. No, no, now I've lost my train of thought. We were talking about the midterms. He's gonna get impeached. You said he's a fascist because he'll split the country. Um,
He's fascist because he meets all 14 points of tenets of fascism.
yeah, but I honestly think he's going to get impeached. And at this point, I was a pretty big I was a big backer of him against Harris. I liked his policies much more.
He
Now, of
didn't
course,
really,
he was just
dude. This is what makes me mad. You're not being genuine when you say that his policies sound better. Let's look at what he had posted. All right, look at this. This is just embarrassing. This is his website. This is his
hmm.
platform. End inflation. That's the summary of his fucking economic plan.
Yeah, I know, but I think you should take the. I'm gonna say this, and you're just gonna comment on it. But you should take the big picture of it. Um, the big picture is he's trying to manage inflation. Of course, Any president ever in the history that's ever tried to say, "Oh, I'm going to manage inflation by doing X, Y, and Z," has rarely achieved to do it through X, Y, and Z, or has rarely achieved to do it
You
in
admit
general.
that Trump got elected not because of actual policy proposals, because he didn't tell anybody what he's going to do at all. He couldn't even tell you because what he's doing is so bad and so selfish and so controversial that
No, Trump won. Trump won because of the growing wave of populist, of the growing wave of popularity of populist leaders. Germany, you've seen populist leaders be elected. Portugal, you've seen it happen. France, you're going to see it happen.
they're just paying
Populist leaders
attention to
all around.
us. They're paying attention to Trump and copying Trump. Trump is doing things and crossing lines that no one has ever really dared to cross before, using harmful rhetoric, using divisive rhetoric, things that when we were shook when he said these types of people are rapists and criminals and killers, some might be good people, and he just ramped y'all up from there. So you guys just kind of got desensitized to the rhetoric that you would hear from a fascist leader. And now you guys are so hungry for mass deportation. I've asked people by the dozen now, what's the net positive deportation? They can't tell me. They get furious. They have no idea why mass deportation is good. I'm just not American if I don't like it, and it's very sad that this is where we're at with the country. They're cheering on violence from the state. They're cheering on elections being nationalized. They're cheering on Trump posting pictures of himself as a king. All of these things are the flavor of politics built by Trump, not just a thing the nation just organically wanted. Trump has been pushing this for 10 years. Stolen elections, far right. Anti-government, far right. He's driving people insane. People who are conspiracy theorists are now just lost, brainless. They've been so confused by the misinformation from COVID and from stolen elections and from adrenochrome and all these other stupid fucking conspiracies that have been started from the far right, that we're all finding out now is work of Jeffrey Epstein and Steve Bannon and shit. And
Yes.
I
I
think
mean,
that it's not a proud thing for anyone to say this is what the country wanted. Yeah, because you guys were fucking tricked. You were conned.
interesting point. Um, yeah, I mean, I don't know if leaders are usually elected, truthfully, for their policies or sort of how they pitch their policies. It's not necessarily about the nature of the policy. Now I'm just going more into political like theory and looking at how leaders win. But usually, to be a successful politician doesn't necessarily mean that your policies were great. It's that people like the way that you pitch the policies, and that's really what gets you elected. Like you don't
No,
have
that's not
a
true.
lot of this.
Trump is an actual idiot. He can't even speak. He speaks at like fifth grade level, but he didn't do any like he didn't actually convey in any way what he was going to do in a friendly way. What he did was the loudest thing. He said things like they're eating the cats and the dogs. He didn't come up with this brilliant plan to address the needs and wants of the people. He said things so obnoxious and loud that no matter how good Kamala's policy was, if it was the best economic policy in the world that anyone's ever come up with, it wouldn't
I
have
mean,
mattered. Nobody would have read it. Nobody would have given a fuck. They were talking about the cats and the dogs, or that Trump said Kamala's not black. It's the fascist talking points. It's called flood the zone. He talks about so many lies. That's all we talk about. We don't talk about policy.
I think like saying that if Kamala had the best economic policy, she wouldn't have won. I disagree. If she had a really good proposal, I think she would have won.
She did.
Um,
She had a fantastic one. 82 pages long. It went into depth, like what she was actually going to do, percentages and policies, like actual sentences and stuff. Trump's is incoherent. He would have failed an eighth grade like school president like endorsement. He wouldn't have gotten it.
mm, um, okay. Do you want to go back to like the business thing that we were talking about, or do you just want to continue kind of going back and forth on this?
I'm just holding you accountable for saying Trump had better policies. He didn't. He didn't have any policies. In fact, the thing that he wrote down on this website, make America more affordable again, he just came out a few months ago and told us that make affordability is a Democrat hoax. Like he just says whatever is crazy and loud at the time.
Yeah, I mean, I don't think Kamala's economic policies were that great either. I mean, can you
Can you
cite
name
some
them?
stats?
Can you come back?
Sorry, I was getting
Can
a
you tell
call.
me what Kamala was offering in economic policy, just so that I know you did see both sides?
Oh, I'm not gonna lie. I didn't read much into either. I'm just sort of I'm generally just curious as
Oh,
to why
you did.
you. No, but I want to see first why you think Kamala's were better.
Okay, so here's Exhibit A. All right. Trump is responsible, Republicans are responsible for just absolutely fucking bankrupting the country every time they're in power. This is the deficit projection. This is from Penn Wharton. And the red is what Trump is going to do the deficit over a 10-year period. And this blue is what Kamala is going to do over a 10-year period. She was going to balance the budget. Trump got a lot of votes by saying, I'm going to give everyone a tax return. Everyone gets free taxes, no tax money ever. And this is what it did. He bought everyone's vote and bankrupted the country. Uh, let's see. She was also going to build somewhere around 3 million homes. Um, uh, the most recent reports from Sally Mae and Freddie Mac say that we are about 3 million homes short. She came up with a plan to do that. She was going to incentivize home buyers and home builders with tax plans. She was going to increase the standard deduction for small business owners by 50 grand, or increase it to 50 grand. She was going to make the child tax credit $6,000. So if you have a kid and you're hit with a $20,000 medical bill, it's not that bad. um, I don't know. Trump came out the gate
Yeah.
and
Okay.
just cut people off of their health care. I mean, like, it just goes on and on. Like,
Yeah. I
Trump
mean,
is the
Trump.
exact
So
opposite
Trump.
of
I mean,
Biden.
Trump's main goals were tax cuts, energy subsidies. So he was trying to revive the energy, not revive rather, but reinforce energy security. I mean, energy security is critical now with AI. You need energy
And
security,
Trump fucked that up.
energy.
Huge. Trump fucked that up. Biden was the most energy independent president we had in 70 years. Drilled way more oil than Trump, invested in all sorts of alternative energies, which make oil cheaper. He he absolutely is just doing nothing but making his oil friends very rich.
But what I also think is the Trump administration is much more business friendly, which this adds to my energy point, allows companies like Google, Nvidia, and I think it was Microsoft all developing their own micro nuclear reactors. I'm all for nuclear. I'm a big nuclear uh, supporter. I think it's one of the best sources of energy. Simply, the supply chain for nuclear energy is a
Biden
little bit
did stuff for that
constrained.
stuff too. Biden signed an executive order doing a bunch of that stuff last July.
But somehow the companies weren't building it under Biden, but they were building it under Trump because the EPA was handing out these guarantees or rights, ability to build these plants much faster. He's much more business friendly. You look at one recent article I was reading about smoking. This is also to do with um, business friendliness. Under the past history of the US, um, the ability for U.S. smokers to be able to get smoke-free products. So those are like, um, I don't know if we have these in America, but I've seen them back in Europe. IQOSs, uh, better nicotine pouches, vapes. Those are all healthier alternatives to smoking. However, they're not getting FDA approval. Whereas under the Trump administration, you have the first um, um, tobacco, not tobacco free, smoke free products getting FDA approval. I mean, I even watched a CNBC interview today with the
I don't care, dude. If you look what Trump's done as a whole to the EPA and to all of those things, he has
healthcare. Yeah.
absolutely fucked up protections for. These are also what are called consumer protections, right? So, um, if he's fast tracking like harmful products that shouldn't have been fast tracked, that's not great. He also did
No,
a
he's
thing.
fast tracking products that are better. They're better for the average US smoker.
Yeah, but he also criminalized all sorts of alternatives too, right? Like hemp products. So now people are going to be drinking more.
I mean, alcohol is alcohol in moderation is perfectly normal. I mean, some doctors. I
Normal is
mean,
not
this
the
is
same
actually
as alcohol is the most harmful substance you can do besides like benzos and stuff. It's the most harmful to your body, does the most irreparable, irreversible damage to your brain out of any substance.
at a moderate level, though, 1 2 glasses maximum per day over 2 3 days per week. I think it's a valid amount, and I've not see I know people who are 80 years old who've had such a ritual, and they're perfectly healthy.
Okay, I know that's kind of a fallacy though. Like as a society, there's people who don't do that and we allow it, and we have 48,000 people who die in car wrecks every year. I can't even tell you, probably 12,000 of those are DWIs or something. This is something that would probably just lead to more people dying.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, it would. I mean, using your logic, it would. Um, but I don't think that we've seen a spike in drinking. I think we've actually seen a decrease in drinking overall as an industry. That's just a social shift, though.
That's why they're lobbying Trump to do that.
Yeah, I mean, I wonder if it'll actually change much. Um, I think there's just been a shift in the consumer market
Yeah, Dan
to
Patrick
drink.
very openly, the lieutenant governor of my state, Texas, very openly took like a $200,000 $300,000 donation from big alcohol and then tried to outlaw weed. Trump probably took an even bigger donation to do it on a federal level.
Mhm. Interesting. I mean, presidents are allowed to get lobbied. I mean, they've always been getting lobbied. I do agree, though, that you shouldn't be trying to manipulate the market with the power that you have as president.
Well, yeah, I don't know. It just shows obvious. Like I think lobbying's one thing, but like if the housing market needs attention and they need a lobby for legislation to do XYZ, that's one thing, and you can say whether or
But
not
look
that's
at
a
what Trump's
good
done
thing.
with.
But look at everything Trump's done with oil. Look at what everything's Trump done uh, for his own benefit. Fast tracking all sorts of things for his family, and doing all sorts of things to enrich his family, like um, stopping the legislation that was going to crack down on gambling sites, and then immediately got all of his children invested in all of the gambling sites. Like Jared
Yeah, yeah,
Kushner and his son Don Jr. are fucking like part owners of Kalshi now. He's doing this and enriching the absolute fuck out of himself. This isn't good for the betterment of the people or for America. Trump's motives um, are generally just for him and his rich friends. And while like a few good things might come out of it for a few people, that doesn't mean they're good policy.
yeah. I mean, I agree with that. Sort of off topic. What do you identify as Democratic or Republican? Not don't consider Trump your Say you had George W. Bush as your Republican candidate.
No, that's not. Do you know the party switch? You know about that?
What do you mean?
Do you know about the party switch?
No, no, I haven't heard of that term.
Okay, so I wouldn't even be able to tell you if Washington was a liberal or a progressive or a conservative. Being like the first president, I don't know. I guess he would be automatically progressive, but uh, I don't think names really help this situation here. But I don't
No,
know.
I was
Rephrase with
generally
a
just curious. It was off
like a
topic. It was off topic.
do it again with
So
somebody like recent.
recent. So I mean, JD Vance. I know you're gonna say no too. Um, I mean, okay, okay, let's shift a little bit. 2028 election. We're probably gonna see Gavin Newsom come up against um, JD Vance. That's probably who the two candidates are there. Who do you vote for then?
Gavin Newsom.
Gavin Newsom. Okay. Yeah, I mean he's a great candidate. He's a great speaker, but a lot of the policies that he's enforced in California are not the best. But I mean, he's a great speaker. I think he's going to win the next election. Honestly, because JD Vance, I don't think he has the chance. And Newsom, he's a great speaker. People like him. His policies are not always the best, but I think he's going to be the next winner. Yeah. Okay. That
I
was
think he's
interesting. I was
fine.
just
I think
wondering.
anybody who's not on the right is light years a bit ahead. They're literally just doing things that are very obviously bad for the economy, quantifiably bad. Like no argument that it's not bad. they're doing horrible things in the name of like nationalism and politics and political theater, including having people, our own citizens, murdered. I don't think anybody's going to do it because Gavin Newsom is a good speaker. I think Democrat policy is proven to be more effective in like economically, like throughout the last like 50 years. Like, there's not even a case to be made to vote for a Republican at all, ever, in regards to jobs, in regards to GDP growth, in regards to anything, ever. You should never, ever vote for Republicans if you actually like good economies, ever.
Interesting. Yeah. Another question about 2028 AOC versus Gavin Newsom. Who would you prefer as your Democratic candidate? Because I know those are the two current frontrunners.
AOC?
AOC over Gavin Newsom.
Mm-hmm.
Well, okay, interesting. Why do you say that?
She's further left.
Oh, you're literally just looking at spectrum.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. I thought there'd be some more nuance to it. It's
Well,
just
she would work
binary.
towards like universal health care. She would fight for that instead of the status quo of a guy who just kind of like gets everyone to like them and is audience captured or voter captured by the things they had to say on the campaign trail to get elected. I'd much rather her, if the whole nation was a little more left leaning, that would be my dream candidate. Yeah, her,
Okay.
Ilhan Omar, fucking Pete Buttigieg, Andy Bashir, any of them.
Bro, I gotta go. It's been great talking to you. I'm not even American. I'm 16 years old. I'm from Europe. But thank you for entertaining this. It was actually good talking to you. I mean, I like talking to Americans. So
You can't be up here if you're under 18, dude. Chat, tap the screen. We're at 26K. Let's get to 50K really quick. I have a Cash App and Venmo in the bio. If you guys are trying to support my stream, it's the best way to do it. PDB is my boy, dude. Pete. Did Al hit 50,000 carryover from Biden? Happy Friday, y'all. Happy Friday. I might have won that, but he was 16, so seems smart for 16. APAC Pete, though? Oh, I hate that. Any fun weekend plans? I'm going to play Final Fantasy and be an absolute fucking wiener. Europe has better education. There's no doubt. I mean, like, that's a fact, I think. I'm playing Batman Arkham City all weekend and being a wiener. Fucking W's. W wieners in the chat. Love to hear it. Chat, if there are any Trump supporters out there, we're only at 160 viewers right now. Guys, hammer the screen. Ever play EQ? EverQuest? I was too young for EverQuest. Diablo was my gateway drug. Yeah, can we get some shares? And don't forget to follow the stream if you enjoy the debates. I'm turning 17 too soon. You gotta be 18, Conrad. You gotta be 18, bro. Shelb. Get it, Shelb. Get it. Chat, what's everybody doing on Friday night? What's everyone doing? You know what we haven't done is fucking tacos. We haven't done tacos in a long time. How's Mini Pickles doing? She's good. What's up, Alina? Lying in bed. They just got FF1 and 2 on Game Pass. I'm definitely getting down on that tonight. That's tight. How long are you banned on your main? It was a week ban, so I think I got 2 more days. I'm gonna move this sticker back. I had 2 days off since the 12th. Wow. Yeah, we're on that D picky. Why did I get banned? I don't know. They said misinformation, but I am infallible. I am inevitable. Trump called into TikTok and banned him. Oh, should we open up the YouTube phone? Is it YouTube phone time? That guy you were talking to was a Trump patriot. It's so weird. It's so weird the way conservatives talk. Did you imagine us going, that was a Biden patriot? Wow. Newsom, he's a Biden patriot. All right, we're turning on the phone. Guys, this is my wing. This is my alt account. Stop cheering. Stop cheering. Ask Cecil what state he lives in. He's like Rhode Island. All right, you fucking butt lovers. The phone line is on. If you want to call in, the number is on YouTube. You got to go follow me on YouTube to get it. Sorry. The other account's down. I have, Debbie. Oh, chat. All right. We might have prayer time soon. Oh, wow. Thank you, Jonathan. Hello, is this a Trump supporter?
Yep. Excuse me. Yep.
Okay, what do you like about Trump?
I like everything about Trump. Where do you want to start?
You got to give me something to work
You want
with.
to start?
Why'd you vote for
Oh, you
Trump?
want to start about the? You want to start about the energy crisis that Biden had, and that how his energy was a failed crisis.
Tell me about
How
how Biden's energy plan was a failed crisis. Go ahead.
Well, we can start with the oil. How he emptied out 180 million barrels of oil, thinking that the price was going to go down, and it did the opposite.
That's not true.
We
And what
can
does that
start.
do? What are the negative effects of draining these
Hold
oil?
on. That's not true. Why don't you go
It's
look it up before you want
I
to tell me
will.
that's not
So
true,
Biden
please?
introduced oil to the world market in
No,
2021 and it went
go
down
ahead.
and he bought it back cheaper and made us
No,
money. He made us $500
he
million.
didn't. He didn't, brother.
He
Because
did.
when Trump really took over and put that oil back where it needed to be, the price went down big
How does
time.
the
The way
reserve
that he did,
bring down the
emptying out the
price?
reserve, emptying out the reserve to manipulate the market did the opposite to Biden.
You can't prove that. Do you know what actually caused
It's
the gas prices
been
to
proven.
spike?
How are you going to tell me it's not been proven? It's been proven.
That's
He
not
emptied
been
out
proven.
180 million barrels of oil. You're still telling me he didn't do that.
All
Go
right,
look
I'm
it
gonna.
up.
That doesn't do anything to oil prices. Like bring them down.
Yes, oh my
How would it
God. Do you
increase?
think
How would it increase oil prices? Tell me the
by
economic mechanic for that.
by selling oil to other markets, thinking that it's gonna drop down the price? It
Uh
didn't
huh.
drop down the price,
How
brother.
did it make oil more expensive? How would that do that?
Oil, gas during Biden was at least $3
So
and
you don't know.
75
All
cents
right,
a
I'm gonna
gallon.
explain to you the oil thing. All right, you're gonna get your notepad out. Okay. So in
Homie, he stopped fracking. He
Bub,
stopped
no, he didn't.
drilling.
He approved
He
more
cut down. He
fracking in the
cut the
fucking
Keystone
Inflation Reduction
Pipeline.
Act. He approved more. What are you talking? He drilled
Oh
more. He
my
drilled more
God.
oil than Trump every year he was in office.
How
If
did
he
he
stopped
How did
1
he drill
year,
more oil when he cut down the Keystone Pipeline and he stopped fracking?
you
Please
poor
understand that for me,
sweet baby soul, you sweet poor soul. How does the Keystone Pipeline affect oil prices?
bro. Listen, let me just
Can
tell
you
you
tell me?
something, brother.
Do you want to answer
You
that?
need to go. You need to go look up your. You need to go look it up before you want to argue something.
All right. How do you look this up? I'm going to ask you. I have my eyes closed. What website do you look at for oil production for the United States? Do you know? Have you looked this up before? Because I have at least 1,000 times. I'm going to assume you don't. It's called the EIA, the Energy Information
Wow.
Administration. And if you Google this, I'm going to help you out again.
Oh my
U.S. oil
God, bro!
production
Hey,
in
you
20
really cracked me up. You know that?
in
You
20
really cracked me
in
up.
20 in 2009 when Trump entered office, he was drilling 8.8 million barrels a day. When he left office, he was up to 11.1 million barrels per day. When Joe Biden got into office, he drilled 11.2 million barrels a day. It dropped for about 6 months and then it went up, and he drilled more than Trump ever did every single month after that, ending at 13.4 million barrels a day. The thing that made gas prices increase was Trump. Trump during 2020, nobody was driving at all, and people were pumping oil out of the ground, and futures for oil were negative $37 a barrel for the first time in U.S. history. So Trump's rich oil fucking face friends fucking call him and said, hey, do something about this. Call your best friend in Saudi Arabia. Call one of your dictator friends. Tell them to stop drilling so much oil. So he strong armed Saudi Arabia into reducing their oil production by 9.4 million barrels a day, which in comparison to us, that's literally like 95% of what we drill as a nation. And we drill the most in the world, especially under Biden. So that made oil prices skyrocket. It was a 2-year deal, and he told them if they didn't do this, he would not sell them military weapons. So they stuck to it, and they told Biden to go fuck himself when he came to them because they were so burnt by this. And then 2 years to the day when this agreement ended, gas plummeted. It fucking plummeted, dude. That's what did this.
Are you done?
Go ahead.
Are you done? Draining your oil and supplying other people, it's not going to bring your price down. I'm sorry
Yes,
to
it
bring that
does.
to you.
So the price of oil, there's a finite amount of oil floating around in the market any given day, and during COVID, it was so expensive uh, because of what Trump did, because the amount each country was pumping was less than usual because of Saudi Arabia. So they had a scarcity of oil on the market. So Biden introduced more oil to bring it down, and it dropped prices. That's all. There's no world, even if you are doing partisan hack economics, that you could explain how introducing more oil into a market makes it more expensive. That's negative IQ.
Are you done?
Can you explain to me the thinking behind that?
Look, however you want to argue this, gas during Biden was 375. Right now, it's about 279 a gallon.
Because of Trump.
So what do you want to? So because of Trump, it was Biden's presidency, brother.
All right, I just explained to you what happened, dude. I'm sorry that this happened to
I'm
you,
sorry.
but that's what happened.
Hey, listen. Gas prices speaks it all, brother.
All right.
Under Biden, 375. Under Trump, about 279,
Yeah, because of Trump.
280 average.
So if
Hey,
Biden
bro,
if Biden sabotaged Trump's presidency and made like oil really expensive, you wouldn't have voted for Trump. You would have been like, "Dang, Trump lost this one. I have to disregard all nuance and details of the situation. I have to go with
no.
the guy
Drill,
who
baby,
had
drill.
cheap
It's all about
prices."
drill, baby, drill.
Biden drilled
Drill,
more than
baby,
Trump, far
drill.
more.
How's, how's that possible when he stopped fracking and he stopped, like,
He
doing
didn't
a
stop
whole bunch
fracking.
of shit?
Okay, the Keystone Pipeline was
He did.
stopped in 2019 by
Why don't
Judge
you look
Brian
it up?
Morris. Who was president during
Why don't
2019?
you why
Who
don't
was
you
president?
look it up on who stopped fracking?
No one stopped
Before you want
fracking.
to
You need to look it up.
you need to look up your facts, bro.
You need to look it up. Was there
Biden stopped
fracking
fracking.
approved in the Inflation Reduction Act or not? That's what Biden passed. That's a bill he passed.
Biden
Was there
stopped
fracking in that?
fracking.
He didn't stop
Oh
any
my
fracking.
god, bro.
What are you talking about?
He didn't stop
That's
fracking?
no.
He
He
didn't
didn't.
stop fracking.
No.
So who stopped fracking? Let's see. Who stopped
You
fracking?
tell me. Who the fuck? I don't know what kind of right wing talking propaganda points you have.
Biden stopped fracking, brother. You need to look that up before you want to argue it.
I'm going to look it up right now on screen, okay? Are you looking?
No, I'm not looking. I'm just I'm on the phone.
No, President Biden did not stop fracking. While he pledged during his campaign to ban new oil and gas drilling permits on federal lands, his administration did not implement a nationwide ban on fracking. Here are the key details. Federal land restrictions. He handed out 55% more drilling permits than Trump did in his first 6 months. I don't know, man. What's your Google say?
Listen, brother. You Democrats do not like fracking because it fucks up with some, I don't know, some environmental shit that has to do with water and I don't know what the fuck it is. You guys have some weird fucking thinking.
Because
the way
we
that
don't
you guys
like
be
toxic
thinking.
ash in our waterways. It's kind of bad.
Toxic ash in your waterways?
Yeah.
Because of fracking, when fracking has to do with like
Oh, buddy.
stones and like the rocks and stuff like that.
Yeah.
Come on, man. You need to
Yeah.
come up with a better argument than that, man.
Oh man,
And
I
the
don't think
reason
you've
why,
brought
and the reason
anything to this conversation besides talking points, like that I could just prove wrong in 3 seconds with a Google.
you can prove it wrong with the Google. So okay, so with the whole nuclear thing, in the data centers, why do you think that the licenses and the permits weren't given out right away with Biden when it takes like an average of 10 years, but Trump did it within 6 months?
I don't know, but we drilled more effectively as a nation, so there's no holdup. There was no bottleneck there.
I'm talking about
There
the
was so
nuclear
much
reactor.
drilling.
I'm talking about the
Oh, nuclear? Biden did some of that. I'm sure Trump is getting some of that done, but Biden is the one who invested in like green energy and stuff. Trump has stopped most of it. He doubled the electricity bill in some states, and he also tried to sabotage a wind farm that
right
was
now.
going to deliver renewable energy. That was like an $8 billion deal. It was like 80% done, and just for big oil to get a win, he was like trying to stop it, and the federal court was able to reverse it.
I'm talking about the data centers. Right? They need the nuclear and how they're gonna
Tight, dude.
start
Nobody
producing
on the
this
left is
energy.
against nuclear. Nobody. We
No,
know
no,
a
no.
lot more than y'all about like green energy because we believe in climate change.
You guys believe in climate change? That's kind of like fake, bro. Like there is no such thing as climate change.
Got it. Cool.
So why did Bill Gates and everybody else change their whole view on climate change after
When did they do
new
that?
president and after that? What are you talking about?
When did they
They're
change?
not talking about
Bill Gates is still
nobody's
as big of
talking
a
about
piece of
climate.
his shit he is. He still does a lot of stuff like sucking carbon, CO2 out of the air. He tries to undo his carbon footprint. He's the biggest piece of shit in the world, but he has been consistent on his green policies.
Who? Who?
Bill Gates.
Bro, listen. Bill Gates was like the #1 leader for you guys' climate change, correct?
No, nobody's a leader for anything. We just look at science. We just look at science. We don't need somebody to tell us besides like the layman people who can't pay attention to boring science. They might need somebody like a fancy face to tell them science, but there's like a huge meta-analysis that goes over 80,000 research papers and resources that all prove 97% of climate scientists all agree that there is climate change. That's not even debatable, but that it's man-made is what's usually not debatable or debatable on the right. But yeah, it's definitely here. It's an existential crisis. Trump says that he doesn't believe in it at all. He's making decisions in the energy sector with like a fifth grader's understanding of all of this.
What I'm trying to say is that Biden was more of a sissy when it came to like nuclear, and Trump is more aggressive about it. Does that make sense or no?
Not really. You'd have to explain how. Biden did plenty of stuff.
What do you mean? What is there? What is there to be more to explain more?
Yeah.
Trump is being more aggressive towards it. Biden was
Trump
more of a
is
sissy
running
towards
the
it.
economy like a dictator. He's got tariffs on the whole world. He
How?
runs it from his desk. He
Yeah,
controls the
but if you
world
understand
economy
tariffs,
from his
if
desk.
you understand tariffs, it's a one. It doesn't. See, you guys' point, what you guys' like complaint point is that you think that it's going to fall under the consumer, right? The price of goods and
It's
all
also
that,
going to
correct?
slow
When it
down
comes to
trade. It's also going to slow down trade like a motherfucker. People are going to lose jobs. People are going to go out of business.
the thing
We're
is,
seeing
the
this,
thing is
and
with
we're
Trump
seeing
is,
massive layoffs from it.
yeah, well, you won't get all that unless you bring your companies here to the United States. What he's doing is that he's using it as a sell point, so
And
like
that's not
so
what's
he can get
happening.
the
So
country. Well, it
people
is
are just
happening.
leaving.
What do you mean?
People are just losing
Did you see what
jobs.
happened?
When is it going to start working?
Did you see how the whole deal with Canada and China got dismantled because Trump said I was going to put 100% tax on you guys?
Yeah,
Did
he's
you
trying to
forget
run
that?
the world economy from his desk without Congress. Yeah.
No, that's called power.
Mm-hmm.
It's called power.
Yeah,
When you
it's
have
called
power,
unilateral power. Yeah, he's
when you
consolidated
when
power.
you have power, like just like how you're in the streets, like if you're in the streets, when you say you have power, nobody's gonna mess with you. Nobody's gonna talk shit to you. Nobody's gonna fuck with you. Nobody's gonna have the chance to stand up to you.
I
Correct or no?
understand that he is being an iron fist dictator, and the whole world is looking at us like we're the
He's
bad
not a
guys.
dictator. Do you know the difference between a dictator? I mean, bro, like, have you ever lived in a dictatorship to even know
Yeah, I
what a
guess I have,
dictator is?
right? I have.
No, you haven't. You haven't because you have freedom. You have this.
Yeah.
You have freedom of speech, freedom of press.
There's
You have
people
no
getting harassed
idea.
and arrested
You
right
have
now by
no
Trump's
idea
National
what it
Guard
is.
and his ICE. They're being harassed and served
Listen,
subpoenas written directly from the
brother,
federal government. He is out there right now harassing people exercising their freedom of speech. He's doing that.
brother, but how is he harassing people expressing their freedom of speech? Are you gonna bring up fucking Jimmy Fallon and fucking no, not Jimmy Fallon, Jimmy Kimmel and fucking
Sure, those are great
Don Lemon?
examples. Him calling
Are
multiple
you,
news
are you just
stations illegal, kicking them out of the Oval Office, uh,
so
pretty
so
much
so
just
so, so
exploding anytime he doesn't get softball questions.
what softball questions? What are you talking about, bro? Like, have you seen the way that they fucking questioned fucking Biden and Obama, talking to them like, they're kings and this and that, and giving them softball answers compared to softball questions compared to what they're giving
Dude,
Trump? Every
Trump
fucking 5 minutes they want to
explodes.
talk about
Like, hey
Epstein,
man,
they
hey
want to
Trump,
talk about this,
what
and they
about
want to
those
talk about that.
what
That's
about those
false.
police officers that killed a guy? You're a fucking horrible reporter. Like, he doesn't want to talk about anything. He's
Which one? Are
horrible.
you talking about Alex Preddy? Are you talking about Alex
Yes.
Preddy and Renee Good? I don't agree with that. I don't agree
Yeah.
with that. What
Well,
happened to those
that
two?
is
God bless them.
fractured the nation.
And
Yes.
that's the worst thing that can happen to somebody and to their family. But at the end of the day, you don't go and interrupt you don't go and hinder an investigation when somebody's doing something, correct? I mean, if something's going down with a police officer, are you gonna go and
If
interrupt
I was
and
in
interfere?
proximity of a woman getting bear maced and shoved into the ice, I would do the
It
exact
has
same thing
nothing to
he
do
did.
with them.
I
That
would
has
do
nothing to do
exactly
with
what
them.
he did. I would do
But
exactly
that,
what he
that,
did.
that that has nothing to do with him, and you will get treated the same way if you did that up to a
If
cop.
you think that
Correct or no?
in
The
an
blood
ideal world, you would want the people who did what he did to
the
be shot?
blood on those two falls on Jacob Frey and Tim Walz. What they were
No.
doing is that they were initiating all that. They were initiating to get into their faces, to cause havoc, and to cause them
That's what Trump's
to be
talking point
basically
is.
psycho.
But the thing is, this
No,
is what
it's
all
not his. It's not his
that's what
talking
his
point.
White
This is
House
my
has
talking
told
point.
y'all. Yeah, this is what the White House has told
No,
y'all.
listen. Do you know why he needs to get the law enforcement together on the same page? The law enforcement is for the citizens.
Sure, sure,
ICE
sure.
is for the
Tell me
non-citizens.
real quick,
Correct?
why is ICE doing this again? What's good about mass deportation?
What is it? So what was it good for mass deportation during Obama?
Obama's mass deportation was 60% hardened criminals, 20% repeat offenders, and the
And
rest
that's
of the people.
exactly what he's doing.
No,
And that's
no.
exactly what
70%
Trump
of
is doing.
Trump's 70% have no criminal record. He's crashing birthday parties, arresting them outside of courthouses, outside of elementary schools, in fucking farms. He's fucking up the economy. His plan is so much bigger and more wide scale than Obama, and we have the economic projections that show that it's doing nothing but huge harm to the economy. Huge.
That's not huge harm economy, bro. When you're taking out people that murdered, people that selling drugs, and people that were offenders in other countries
So
coming
that's
into here.
disgusting. If
For
that's who you
example,
think, that's what they want you to think. How
how's
many
that?
murders?
How's that what you want me to say?
How many? Yeah, how many murders happen every year?
I don't know. I'm not a statistic
Take
on
a
murder,
swing at it.
on the murder rate.
Take a
I'm
swing.
not the statistic. Huh?
Take a swing. Like they show you one
300?
murder over and over again for
300,000?
3 years, and you
About
don't think,
300.
dang, how many other murders happen?
Listen, bro. My uncle just got deported for being one of the kingpins and a Detroit kingpin. Do you think I give a fuck whether he got deported or not?
I'm not
He did
asking you
his
that.
wrong.
What about all the
No,
other
no,
people?
I'm just telling you. No. I'm just telling you from firsthand experience. My uncle
I
just
know.
got
I don't
deported
care. You're
because of
just a
doing
plea to
some stupid
emotion.
shit.
I'm talking
Do
about.
you get what I'm saying?
Yeah, I know.
So
So you're
you don't see me
generalizing the
crying
people
about
he's
it.
deportation. You're crying.
No.
You're saying that the people being deported, are it's warranted because they're all criminals, and they're not. So that's kind of a
How
dead
is that?
point.
Okay. You're telling me they're not, right?
Correct.
Can you prove that they're not?
Yes. So, like I was
Where
saying,
can you prove it?
we have reports. These are the actual numbers that 70% have no criminal record whatsoever. This is public information. And as a piece of misinformation from the administration, they said the opposite just to confuse everybody. But their statistics on their
Oh, they're
website say
saying
the
that the
opposite.
opposite just because to confuse everybody. Come
They
on,
did.
man.
They did. They said
No,
that 70% of the people that they're arresting are criminals when it's literally the opposite. So I've been fighting people about it like for
So
a
what's
week
the
now.
opposite of 70%? So what's the opposite of 70%?
30.
The opposite of 70% is 30%.
Yeah.
Well, listen, bro. Wherever you're getting your numbers from, whatever liberal side
It's their website.
website, but fentanyl has been reduced. Drugs have been reduced
All right.
coming
Now
into
you're
the
just
country.
going over talking points. What is the net benefit of mass deportation if only 29 murders were from undocumented migrants last year and 17,000 murders happened nationwide? What's the point of removing all of these undocumented if it only reduces it by 0.000001%?
That's the beginning. This is just the beginning. This
Okay,
is just
and
the
what
beginning.
happens later?
It's not done yet. It's not done yet.
No, I'm just saying if they're all gone, we're still reducing murder rates by 0.000001%.
How do you figure? How do you
Because that's
figure?
how
Do
many
you know
murders
every document? Do you
Yes.
know every undocumented immigrant that has conducted crime or not? No, you
Yes,
don't know
I
that.
do actually. It's on
You,
Trump's
you
website.
know every undocumented illegal citizen right now, whether they have a history of doing criminal acts in another country and coming in here illegally,
So there's
or
a thing that we can do, and it's called databasing. So when every time somebody is convicted
Okay,
of
so
a crime,
bring up your database. Let me see your database.
it's up.
Bring up
It's on the screen.
bring up the
on the screen. So here's
Yeah,
homicide,
I'm not-
manslaughter, and it has it by year, fiscal year 17, when Trump said that people that were
brother,
from south
I'm
of the
talking
border,
about.
if
You're
he's
talking. I'm talking about something.
he said
You're
that
talking. Okay.
he said that people coming from across the border were rapists, murderers, killers. 3 murders happened the year that he said that. 3 out of 10 million people that were here. The safest population of
He's
people
talking
walking
about.
the
He's
earth.
talking about people that came from a different country that committed a murder in a different
Yeah,
country.
the
and coming
safest
in.
population of people I could
You get that?
name. Yeah.
That's illegal. You cannot do that. You know.
Yeah,
You
there's no
cannot be.
pattern. You're associating killers with undocumented, and it's totally irrelevant.
Well, it's under their. They got all the info, brother. Like you're gonna
Yeah,
tell
I
them.
have it too. It's
You're
right
gonna,
here. So why are you guys for
so
deporting everybody?
hold on. You got better info than the president of the United States.
Yes,
Is
by
that what you're trying to
far,
tell me?
because that dumbass has been
You
saying
got
like
you got
30
more
million people
info.
came here. Yes, he lies.
You got the low key info. You
This is on
got the low down dirty low
cbp.gov.
key
This is
info
This is
better than the president of the United
customsborderpatrol.gov.
States. Is what you're telling me.
Customsborderpatrol.gov says this. He renamed the website from
Bro.
undocumented criminal statistics to alien criminal statistics.
And
This
you
is
got
his
you got
data.
and you got better info, and you got better info than the president of the United States. Damn, bro, I want what you got, bro.
He knows this info.
I want the info.
He's
I want the
lying
info
to
that you're
you.
getting.
He's lying to you. That's why we call him Hitler.
I know, but I want the info that you're getting because you got the low down dirty info better than the president of the United States, better than the
he
chief
knows.
commander.
He knows. He's lying to get
No,
votes.
Oh, he knows that you got better info than he does, right?
Yes, he knows that they don't commit very many murders. Yes.
Oh shit! Damn! So you're the OG on the block right now. That you got the best info, better than the president
Why
of the
would a
United States of
president
America.
ever lie to their citizens about how many murders
No,
from a minority group happened? Why would they ever do that?
I want your database. I want your info. I want to be next to you since you got better info than the president of the United States of America.
I sure do, I guess.
You know, because why don't you become the president, bro? Since you got better info,
I don't have enough felonies.
You know what's going on, huh?
I don't have enough felonies.
What?
Listen, this is you're just acting out because you got caught. You got information. This is all pretty damning.
You don't have enough felonies.
Yeah, and
so that's what you want to come up with.
And you're just gonna have to explain to me.
Felonies?
Explain to me how this is different than how Hitler told the entire nation of Germany.
That's disrespect.
Tell
that's
me.
Disrespect to the
Excuse
people.
me.
That's disrespect
Excuse me.
to the people.
Shh.
Go ahead.
How is this different from Hitler telling people the conspiracy that Jewish people committed all of these crimes and were fucking up the economy, and convincing everybody that that was the case when they were only 1% of the population, just like migrants, and they only committed very, very few murders. Like, we literally have no evidence that there are any sort of like weight in our criminal statistics at all. In fact, we're safer that they're here.
So you want to compare Hitler to Trump?
I'm asking you what's the difference. Can you tell me?
You know how disrespectful that is to the people that got lost with family members into that? Do you know how disrespectful that is?
No.
I just want to know.
Stop clutching your
pearls, disregard
dude.
of the
Trump
people
quoted Hitler
that actually went through.
And J.D. Vance called him Hitler too. So apparently it was forgivable enough to run as vice president and win.
Listen, bro. He's just as fucked up as the people that called him Hitler.
Mm-hmm.
I don't agree with J.D. Vance. I don't like J.D. Vance. I never did.
Stop clutching your pearls, dude. Stop it. You guys are doing this, and I'm sorry to like rub your fucking nose in it. You guys are doing this.
You guys are the ones that are calling him Hitler and Gestapo and whatever the fuck you guys want to come up with.
You're gonna have to tell me how it's different.
Total
You're gonna have to tell me how it's different instead of playing to emotion.
You have total disregard of the people that went through the tragedy of going through fucking the concentration camps. Do you know
they
what
all agree with me? Germany agrees
is?
too. So I don't know what you're saying.
Germany agrees with you?
Yeah.
Germany agrees with you.
Yeah.
And they're just as fucked up is what I'm trying to tell you.
Mm-hmm.
They're just as fucked up as the people that are calling this guy and comparing him to Nazi.
Can you tell me how it's different so that we can stop doing it?
Trump ain't Hitler, bro. He ain't doing what Hitler did.
So you don't know how he's different. He just isn't.
Hey, bro, listen. I don't come up with bullshit. that I hear from CNN and I take and I run with it and I go and blow it up.
I just
I'll
showed you
open up
Trump's own
fucking
website. This is not
CNBC,
CNN.
MSNBC, CNN, and all
No
of
one on
saying the
CNN
same
has told me
fucking
any of
shit.
this. No one on CNN has said any of this. No political politician is saying any of this. This is me.
Nobody's called him Hitler.
No, I'm talking
Nobody's
about these crime rates.
compared
These
him to
all of the
Hitler.
stuff we're arguing about. This is stuff
Is
that's
that why?
really bad for you.
Is that why the pollster? Is that why the pollster of CNN keeps praising Trump and everything that he's doing? Is a good job.
In fascist countries, you see people starting to pretty much just agree with him and allow him to run his course because
This is coming
he's
from
already
a
bullied.
pollster. This is coming.
Yeah,
from a CNN anchor.
didn't he sue a pollster? One of the notorious pollsters from Pennsylvania. Yeah, he sued her because one of her polls, millions. That's why every pollster is glazing him.
So CNN, the pollster, the CNN, that kid Etner, whatever the fuck, what's his name, bro? Aaron Etner, Aaron Hetner. Hold on.
The only people obsessed with polls are Trump and Hitler.
No. Trump actually hates the polls.
Trump is
If you haven't
obsessed with
noticed.
polls. Talks about crowd sizes all the time. He
No, brother.
slanders
No, brother.
as
He
he
calls it all
brings people up. He slanders them. He never doesn't
He
slander people
calls it
as he brings
bullshit.
them up.
Harry Ensign. Is that why Harry Ensign from CNN praises Trump and everything that he's doing?
I don't know. Does that make Trump
up?
awesome? Does that make it just undeniable that
No,
Trump's
I'm
awesome
just
because some
saying.
dude
No.
does
I'm
like
just
him
saying.
too?
He's a left wing, right?
I don't
He's
know.
part
I
of
don't
the
know
left
who the
wing,
fuck that
CNN.
is. I don't have to. I'm not a sheep. I don't go to him and go, ooh, I must be wrong.
No, bro. That's your people. What do you mean?
Okay. Your people came to our side too. Dick Cheney came to our side. What happened to that? What? That's your boy, right?
No,
What about
Dick
Adam
Cheney was
Kinzinger?
never
What
my
about Liz
boy.
Cheney? What about Mitch McConnell? Or
No.
what about Mitt Romney? What about all of these people who have condemned? What about
No. See, you're
94%?
getting it
What
confused. You're getting
94% of
confused.
Trump's former cabinet has come out and written books and said he's fascist and incompetent, is a
You're
danger to
getting,
national security.
See, look, you're getting it confused. I don't agree with Dick Cheney, George Bush, Donald Rumsfeld, Liz Cheney, those fucking faggots. I don't agree with them. Never have, never will. You know, I'm a Ronald Reagan.
Can't say that slur, dude. Come on. Anybody who glazes Ronald Reagan's fucking literally dumb. Ronald Reagan gave all of the immigrants amnesty, by the way. Hello, is this a Trump supporter?
Yeah, what up? I don't want to dox you. No, it's not. I'm a strict independent. How are you, sir?
Doing good. So you don't support Trump?
I don't support. I love the America First, but no, I am not a Trump supporter by any means. But I'm also not a Democrat.
I don't know what we debate about. I'm mainly looking for Trump supporters, man. I'm sorry. I don't
No,
think
man,
America
you're good.
First is coherent either, but I don't think Trump's
Well,
version of it is.
why would you not think that?
So
Did
Trump said America
reverting back
first.
to a Truman state of isolationism would actually enhance America's global, I guess, presence. It would bring our reputation up. That's for dang sure. But
That's not really true.
I do want to let you know that you and I know each other, and I very much love you, and I very much love pickles, and I wish I can't say anything without doxing you or I, so I'm not going to. But I just want to say that you're awesome. I love your stance. I hope that more centrists come about because we really need to revert back to a state of, Americans really mean something. Let's stop being this, I don't know, this kind of like, what am I trying to say? I would really love it if more know. We just got back to, I don't know, the late '90s of, you know, political debating and this, that, or the other, where it was about policy more so than just feeling and this, that, or the other. And you know, I don't want to take up too much more of your time or whatever. I just want to say that I love you. I love Pickles. I hope you guys are well. I can't believe I found you so randomly on YouTube, but I hope that you're doing well, my good man. And
Thanks, bub.
JM, you're the best. That's what I'll
Thanks.
say. This is your boy Ben. We've definitely hung out together in Dallas more than a few times, and I hope that you're doing well, my man, and I hope that your stream kills it.
All right, I love you, dude.
You're the man, my guy.
Hey,
Love you much, buddy.
smoochies.
Have a good one.
All right. That's cool. Chat, we're going to turn the phone line back on. Tap the screen if you enjoy bromance and fanny packs. Yellow, is this a Trump supporter?
Yeah, I am.
Okay, what do you like about Trump?
I mean, we can go as far as like, you know, foreign policy, or I could give a few debate points on stuff he's done under the radar that no one's really giving him credit for.
So his foreign policy, I think, is an absolute disaster. Like, we have several different countries in NATO on Greenland soil because they're in fear of Trump doing a military takeover. He's saying inflammatory rhetoric to get all.
Yeah.
These
Do you know how many?
countries-
Do you know how many? Sorry to cut you off there. Do you know how many people they actually have on Greenland soil? And do you know what the whole purpose of NATO was actually for?
Yeah, I mean, originally, yeah.
Okay, well, I mean, the USSR doesn't exist anymore,
All right. Well,
and we have the United Nations.
This is all right. Well, this is a talking point that Putin apologists say, because Putin is very much a threat, and the reason people join
How?
NATO, because he invades his neighbors every 4 years, bro.
Ukraine, they're not our ally. Why do we care?
Okay, but why wouldn't you want to be in a defense treaty against somebody who invades their neighbors all the time?
First of all, we have the closest border to him than arguably any other country other than China and Ukraine.
He's got 3 neighbors, Lithuania.
That's why Greenland's so important.
Estonia,
So which is it?
Latvia.
Either Russia's as scary as they are and we need to take Greenland, or they're not that big of a deal and we don't.
We don't need to take Greenland at all to defend it. We have NATO presence there, and we have unlimited capability of it.
Okay, this goes back to then, why are we still in NATO? Do we have to be? Just because like 60, 70 years of, you know, that's not that big of a...
What's the net negative of being in NATO?
There's no purpose. We're paying for everybody else's defenses. We should pull out.
That's not true.
Okay, who spends the most money on NATO defense per capita?
Oh, wait, do you think that we all pitch into like this bucket of money?
No, it's based on their GDP.
Uh-huh. So if somebody doesn't spend as much as they should, what happens to us?
Who cares? We can defend ourselves against all of them. We could beat NATO.
You have no real complaints. You want to leave NATO for no reason?
Yeah. I don't think we should be taking care of anybody else.
We're safer in numbers, aren't we? Like, if we all like uphold Western ideas.
I don't trust any of those. No, I don't trust any of the EU in general. I thought Brexit was, my ex-wife is, you know, living in England now, and so is my son. No, I don't agree with any of that. I thought Brexit was the smartest thing they ever did.
Yeah, I don't know, but this just means that we'd be more likely to be on the side of Trump's dictator friends. Is that what you want?
Like who? Do you think Putin's a dictator?
Yeah.
Okay, well, hey, we're not allies with him, so I mean, it's not his friend. I mean, you probably also had a problem with him talking to North Korea Rocket Man.
Yeah.
Why? What's wrong with diplomacy?
Trump
they just went over and shook hands.
Yeah, they shook hands. He got a picture.
But we didn't give him nuclear weapons.
Trump is not the first person I would choose to go talk to anybody that would have repercussions like that. Trump is the last person I would expect to behave in a way that would keep us out of trouble. Like, he's the most inflammatory person, least diplomatic person I've ever heard of in my life.
Well, okay. I'm assuming you might not be monetized because you don't have. I've noticed a lot of uptick, and I'm gonna try and say this like as nicely as possible. I'm not trying to dog you. I actually find civil discourse a good thing. So it's cool that you're willing to talk to the other side. I'll give you that. But and I'm not sure if this is your main job or not because I only noticed like 300 or 400 listeners, which is great, better than nothing. But like, what would you do if you got your way? And like, who do you think would be a better president? Like of the political, the options that we have out there right now, who do you think would do a better job?
I think if you just look at the trends of the economy, if you look at the trends of jobs numbers, if you look at the trends in any objective way at all, there was no reason at all to vote for Republicans in any way, shape,
Okay,
or form.
but who? Republican aside, I mean, I just don't see anybody on either side other than maybe J.D. Vance, and I'm not even 100% sure about that one.
Why? Just
who?
because of his character or something?
Oh, well, he's a leader of men, obviously. I'd like somebody with a military background.
All right. So it's just his character. So I feel like people on the right, they usually need some sort of like strong authoritarian figure. Mostly people who are religious.
I'm a libertarian, so I mean, I wouldn't call myself a Republican.
Libertarians are just conservatives that smoke weed. They don't have any actual.
I don't smoke weed. And hey, to your weed point, Trump's the first president to knock it down to a Schedule 3.
Yeah, but then he'd criminalize fucking hash.
Well, because I don't smoke pot, like I said. I'm not that type of libertarian, but sure. Jesse Ventura, yada yada. No, I'm serious. Like, who'd be your candidate that you think could actually do a better job? And hey, if you make a strong point,
anybody, the dumbest Democrat in the world could do a better job than Trump.
You think Gavin Newsom would do better? I left California because of him.
Why?
You think why? Do you know about the speed train issue? And have you been to Los Angeles or San Francisco in the last 10 years?
Yeah, I have. Trump has plenty of things like that. Trump. Okay, well, there's nothing that Republicans do that make any of these things better. They're just talking points.
I disagree. No, do you hear about the Trump funds for? Well, first of all, Trump RX came out last night. What's wrong with that?
I think it's fine. I think that he's done a million things, and you can't just point at like a few of the good things. Like Hitler built the Autobahn, and
hell yeah,
I don't
he did.
really care.
I don't think Hitler was a bad. I don't think he was a bad leader. He was a racist, and he was
a horrible leader in every way. If you know anything about Hitler,
he brought them back out of World War I in the recession.
No, he did not. That is a very shitty way to look at it. He did not do anything to help the recession.
I think Hitler gets a bad rap, but that's just me.
Holy fuck! Are you a Nick Fuentes fan?
No, not at all.
Okay,
I'm just saying. Look, I don't agree with the Holocaust or anything.
Hitler, you're literally saying this based on no information and off of vibes because he was literally actually a horrible leader by any metric. It's the dumbest thing I've ever heard.
How do you figure? I mean, he had the whole world other than Italy and Japan up against the wall until the United States stepped in.
He did what
That's
Hitler,
pretty impressive.
Yeah, I know. That's again, you're just looking at the end result. You're like, oh, I bet Hitler did all that. He didn't come up with any of his own legislation or ideas or propaganda. They just worshipped him.
Mein Kampf wasn't propaganda?
He wrote that in jail.
Yeah, and you're saying that wasn't propaganda that was spread? It was Hitler Youth was not propaganda. I mean, he came up with that.
Joseph Goebbels was his propaganda guy, kind of like our Steve Miller. He was the one who was behind all that stuff. He had such horrible propaganda ideas that the rest of the administration hated him. But he did it anyway. Did the dirty
But he was
work.
smart enough to surround himself with the people that would get his message through.
And they all fought for his attention, just like you see the goons in Congress doing when they want Trump to be on a dollar bill or to be renaming an airport and stuff. It's the exact same setup that he had. He's profoundly stupid. Hitler, he was dumb, he was mad, he was crazy. Even when he was losing war, he would push all of his losing troops into their death. He didn't give a fuck about them.
He was on drugs.
He was
on drugs, and so
he was a bad leader, right? So he was a fucking horrible leader, right?
Well, I mean, you got to define horrible leader. I'm not sitting here being some Hitler apologist. I'm just saying, like, there's nuance. Whatever.
Nobody
Don't get
should
so
have to be like,
sensitive.
this is my gray area on Hitler. Nobody should have to do that at all. And we don't have to do it for Trump either. Trump RX might be a small win, but he has a secret police and he's military in the streets. He's harassing municipalities. He is trying to rig elections. He's trying to nationalize elections. He's trying
What's
to...
your trade? I'm curious to know. Do you have a background other than YouTube?
I used to be a professional gamer, and then I used to own a construction company, and then I used to be an IT.
Construction. Now here. So I was an iron worker, and I've been a carpenter for my entire career. Did you work with a lot of Mexicans?
Yeah.
Okay, I'm from San Diego. My bosses, most of them were Mexican or Guatemalan, whatever. They all ended up voting for Trump because in 2016, because we got the prevailing wage jobs that were on the border, building the T-bar and all the different things. They all voted. Every Mexican I know is like Catholic conservative. So like,
yeah, if you guys just
it's
didn't
always
speak
white
about
people
them
who
so
are bitching about
horribly,
it.
if y'all didn't speak about them so horribly, they might vote for y'all more. But Trump said
They're
things.
what do you mean? First of all, I told you I'm a libertarian. I voted for Obama the first time.
I don't care. Libertarian have incoherent views, completely incoherent. None of them make any sense. Open borders, free trade, but
no, I'm just not part of your two-party system, bro.
I know it's just trying to be edgy. It's incoherent.
I'm not edgy. It's just no. I redeem the right to change my mind when new information comes across my board. But I voted for Trump 3 times, and all my brown friends and everybody else have. You don't even know what race I am. You haven't even bothered to ask.
I don't care.
It's always just white gamers who like get so sensitive. Like, is it that crazy that some of us have a different opinion from you?
No.
And where would you be right now? Would you be gaming if you got your way and somebody who you voted for was in office, or would you be like?
I wouldn't be doing this.
Well, are you? So you are monetized then?
Well, I make money, yeah.
Good. No, and as you should. That's called capitalism. I got no problem with that, man. I'm all for it. But the point is, what if you actually got your way? You'd have to go back into the workforce or play video games and like cuck for your girlfriend on OnlyFans.
Dang, I'd have to go back to playing video games 12 hours a day, making a fortune. That sucks. It sounds horrible.
It's the American way, baby. And hey, Trump's bringing it to you.
Yeah.
You're lucky you get to do this. And these ICE guys are making it so that they're not taking any more taxes out. You're going to get the best tax return of your life this year. Enjoy it. And hey, you can play a character. I get it. No one's mad at you. I like the fact that you guys are speaking up. You're playing a character, right? You're doing a Rush Limbaugh right now.
No, I am not. I'm literally a conservative in any other country that's developed. Trump is so
because
far
Muslims
right.
are evil. I agree with you.
Oh God.
The way they treat women is wrong.
No, stop it.
The way they treat gay people is wrong.
Same thing with Christians. Same thing. They're just as bad.
I'm not Christian.
Worse. Yeah, I know, but that's our people at home that do that. They're in power. They're the ones oppressing people in minority.
They're stoning people to death.
I mean, they're not doing it directly, but they're walking through nightclubs and shooting them with ARs.
Those are trans people who are doing that shit.
No, they're not. Okay, when they're right-wing people that are doing that.
I'm sure there's some on both sides, but I mean, like, hey, whatever. There's also guns being shot at our president from clearly
from right.
not right-wing. Yeah, okay.
Well, they were.
Sure.
Both were.
Hey, I used to be a registered Democrat, so you can nitpick as much as you want.
Honestly, Trump being the most inflammatory politician we've had ever, and he gets shot at, I don't see how anyone's surprised.
No, I'm surprised he isn't dead too. It's a miracle. And you know what? I'm not sure I believe 100% of all that crap wasn't in one way, shape, or form, not fucking legit. Sorry, don't mean to cuss, but I could see it being a conspiracy. Either he was involved or somebody else, CIA. I mean, ask JFK how it happened. I don't know for sure. I'm just like living this world the same as you are, man. Look at Epstein. He might still be alive now. All that Pizzagate stuff turned out it could be.
Look at all of Epstein's friends in Trump's cabinet. All of the people knows emails.
Dude,
Nobody's saying
they're
anything.
everywhere.
Nobody's saying a goddamn thing. Steve Bannon was like his literal best friend and fixer, and he's Trump's like.
Well, did you actually listen to those interviews? Good point.
Yes.
No, good point. Yeah, Steve Bannon was actually going in hard on him, but then you see pictures of them hugging each other. I'm not sure what to believe either, man. I think we're
They
stronger
have
together than we are
emails.
apart.
They have emails. No, I think that they.
Oh, there's
my
pictures of them
God.
hanging out, but then I'm talking about the actual audio of the
I'm not
interview where
looking at
Bannon presses
pictures.
him.
I'm looking at the emails of how their buddies discussing about how they're going to trick the population, and start QAnon conspiracies. You literally saw the whole right go fucking crazy, talking about JFK is gonna come back from the dead. It was Steve Bannon. It was Steve fucking Bannon who did all of that.
Yeah, and who was the one who kicked him out of Mar-a-Lago? I mean, Trump also kicked Steve Bannon out after he realized he wasn't what he thought he was.
That's not
So
true.
that's
Dude,
2
Trump
points
is
for
still
Trump.
with Steve Bannon. Trump pardoned Steve Bannon. Trump is still close with all of the people that ran close to Jeffrey
Hey,
Epstein.
pardoning him for something that he shouldn't have been charged with is different than letting him into his
Do
cabinet.
you know what he was charged with?
It was January 6th conspiracy, was
No.
it not?
No. He stole money from an organization that was collecting funds from y'all to build things, to build some memorial on the fucking wall. He stole $1 million from it.
Is there proof of that? And
He
that was
was in
obviously a federal
prison.
crime because the president can't pardon a state crime.
It was federal.
Okay, well, I mean, clearly he saw something he didn't like. I mean, presidents pardon people. What about all Joe Biden's auto pen pardons? I mean,
That's
I'm
just-
sure there's a bunch of
that's
sketchy people in there too.
That's just fascist talking points, dude. The auto pen and just creating doubt, right? Like presidential pardons
Fascist.
can be
Come
literally
on,
just
dude.
spoken. You can just speak
You're
presidential
better
pardons.
than that.
No, it is. It's literal fascist talking points, casting doubt on the legitimacy of all of these things that Biden did legally, and he wants to be able to undo them.
With stage 4 cancer? How do his doctors not know that he had stage 4 cancer?
Oh, okay, that's fun to talk about. Trump can't even before any running as president. He's the dumbest person I've ever fucking heard talk.
He's a stable genius. What are you talking about? Oh, come on. You know Down syndrome people eating grilled cheese are dumber than Trump. That's not fair. Have you seen him play golf? Him and Bryson are going toe to toe. Come on, bro.
Trump
ain't no Down syndrome baby
Trump
gonna hit a dinger
Trump is
20 yards.
profoundly stupid. He thinks that magnets go poof underwater. He thinks that we should nuke
He's
hurricanes.
joking. He can nuke a hurricane. Yeah, but he's funny. That's what you don't get. You have no sense of humor.
It's not funny when it's the president, the sitting president. When you
It
realize
is if
that
you
he's
look
actually
as a
dumb.
libertarian. If you don't respect the office, it's hilarious. I voted for this because I'm sick of my entire life. I'm 38 years old.
Decisions for us, and he's negative IQ. He thinks
That's
that
okay
global
with me.
warming's
I
not
don't
real.
believe in federal government. Is it that hard for you to understand that some of
Whether
us
you
think it's
believe in
funny?
it or not, they are doing things to maintain power and consolidate power.
Cool. I think there's too much. I believe in small government. There is too much fucking power.
This
like
isn't small
I moved to
government.
Texas for this reason.
Consolidating power means big power, meaning military in the streets, jamming up municipalities, jamming up for fucking voting rolls, jamming them up for things for political points.
Ain't no poor person ever cut me a check, man. I'm not a hater. Like, let the rich be rich. Bleed it down to us. Trickle down, baby.
This has nothing to do with his being rich. He's using the government in the way that's the most big government I've ever heard of. It doesn't get
Good.
more
Maybe
big
he's
than
going to
that.
burn it all down. Some of us are anarchists. Like, I'm okay with that. It's time for change, revolution. Ask Che.
I don't know if that's how that works every time.
Maybe not, but I mean, I'm here for the show. I got my popcorn ready, and it doesn't bother me. I'm glad. Like, I think that the office of president is a clown show. Anyways, we have the best clown in office. I'm here to watch it. I voted for it 3 times, and like, yeah, he's doing some crazy stuff. It's fun to watch.
I think that nobody can stay serious while defending Trump, and it's another tenet of fascism. Like nobody.
Oh yeah, well,
have you ever heard of Groyper?
Go back to the cool kids club.
You ever
Go back to the cool kids club and
their positions. They can't stay serious. They're just little fucking trolls because you know the second that you're serious and they're not, they've won. That's what you have to do.
Okay.
So this is where these conversations always lead because you have not held yourself responsible for making a decision to vote Trump in and how bad it is. You're like, well, I don't like this and that, the biggest things that he's doing, but I kind of like the idea, kinda.
Oh, I think it's all one big joke, and I'm just along for the ride. I don't really care. But it's funny watching all you guys worked up about the stuff you have no control over, anyways.
These next elections, these midterm elections, are probably the most meaningful elections we'll have as a country.
Blue wave. You guys say that every single midterm.
All right.
I'm
Trump just
38.
tried
I've
to
seen this happen
nationalize.
over and over again.
Trump just tried to nationalize elections. He wants to do it.
How old are you, man? Just
37.
Okay, we're the same age. I was born in 88, man. I turned 38 this month. I'm telling you, like, we've seen this happen over and over again. You remember how it was World War III when 9/11 happened? I didn't vote
We've
for
never
Bush,
seen
bro.
anything like Trump. We've never seen anything like this. This is unprecedented in every way. He's
We've
got
never seen anything
presidential
like COVID until it happened.
Yeah, that's a
Come
novel
on,
virus.
man.
Yeah. And
Be
Trump
better.
with
He's
presidential
the one who
immunity-
came up with the shot, and then you guys wanted us to take it.
Yeah.
Did you take the COVID shot? I bet
Yeah.
you did.
Yeah, I did.
I didn't.
And you know what?
I didn't. I faked my passport, but that's the difference. Some of us are survivors.
I love that because that's just more evidence that y'all are like anti-science, anti-intellectual. You're easily fear-mongered, and even now
It was Trump's shot. He's the one who.
exactly,
He's the one who.
Exactly. So why didn't you get
warp
it?
speeded it?
So why didn't you get it?
Because I don't trust Trump with fucking science.
There you go. I don't either.
Okay,
Nobody
why
does.
did you though? Why did you? If he's the
Because
madman,
I don't
Operation Warp Speed
I
was
don't-
him.
Yeah, I know. Trump didn't invent the fucking vaccine.
No, but
okay?
he gave the funding. He signed an executive order
I
to make
get
it Operation Warp Speed.
I know. All right.
You fell for it. I didn't.
Fell for what? You fell for it. We look back at all of the data, all of the science says we are right. There was no bad outcomes from taking the vaccine. It was effective. You were 12 times less
There's
likely.
zero bad outcomes. Okay.
Yeah, tell me what the bad outcomes were.
You haven't seen the heart conditions that are now being like.
The myocarditis is
you
worse
know
in
more about than
people-
I do.
Myocarditis is worse in people who didn't get the vaccine. You're 12 times more likely to be hospitalized for it. If you did get myocarditis or arcarditis, you would feel the symptoms for at least a week, and then it fucking went away. And if you can't handle that, if you'd rather go to the hospital and be on a respirator, you fucking go for it, dude. But
I don't have
Republicans die
health insurance. I don't
15%
want to
more.
go to the hospital. I don't believe in that. It's hocus pocus,
whether-
man.
it's not
We're
hocus-
going
it's
to trust
science.
Big Pharma, the same company that started the opioid epidemic, Johnson and
Pfizer?
Johnson.
Pfizer?
Yeah,
No.
the same company
No,
that is
Pfizer.
responsible for millions of addictions.
Moderna, Pfizer, Johnson & Johnson didn't even have an mRNA vaccine. It was an old
I
dead
know,
virus
but
vaccine.
the black people could only afford it because it was the one-time shot. Remember, with a 70%
Yeah, they were
success
all
rate,
free.
dude. Oh no, they weren't.
Yes, they were. I got them all for free.
No, they were not. And
yes, they were.
you know how easy it was to fake those passports? I traveled and I coughed on every
See,
single
like
seat. It was
again,
hilarious.
you're just proud that you're anti-science. You were tricked. There's no science you could show me that backs up your claims or your position at all. None.
I'm not a scientist, dude. I'm a carpenter,
Yeah,
and
I
so
know.
are you.
Yeah, I know, and you have no interest.
Why do you
were
care?
swayed by politicians. The public safety, public health is at risk when politicians take advantage of this type of rhetoric and scare people. My stepfather
Rhetoric and scare people. My
stepfather is on the list to get a kidney transplant. He will never ever get it because he will never get the vaccine because he is scared because of the political rhetoric from your side. He will never get it, and he will probably die.
Well, I'm sorry to hear that. I'm not in the business of like wishing death upon anyone, and that's unfortunate. But you know what? We're all adults in this room, and you know what? My dad chose to drink himself to death. That was his choice.
Okay, but if Trump convinced him to do that, that'd be one thing, but he didn't. Trump is convinced.
No,
your
he died
party,
thinking Hillary Clinton was going to be our
your
next president in
right-wing-
2016.
The right wing is convinced half the masses to be scared of vaccines. We have outbreaks of things that we eradicated years
Oh,
ago
God.
because we have RFK in office, a fucking Looney Tune.
I love RFK. I would have voted for him for president.
See, I love that, dude. He probably
honest.
even had his wife killed with Jeffrey Epstein.
Oh, geez, dude. See, we're both conspiracy theorists,
This
and
is
like,
not-
hey, I
have
wish
you
you
been
the
reading
best, man.
files? Have you been reading the files? It's in there.
Yeah, I do.
It's in there.
I have Gmail dot whatever. I've gone through his whole emails, and they're funny. Me and my daughter laugh. Pizzagate turned out to be real. That's funny.
Yeah, except that you understand the irony that they were the ones doing it, so they aimed it at the opposite political party, at Hillary. You understand that it was your side doing it?
It's not my side. Quit saying that. Just because I voted for him doesn't mean I identify as some like right wing
I
Fox
know
News
it's
watching.
embarrassing
My
to
mom.
say you
That's
did
my
it.
mom. Okay.
I know it's embarrassing.
I
to say
watch.
you did it.
I'm listening to your show, man. I listened to the whole few. Your buddy called in. I thought that was funny. Like I follow both sides, and my opinions it fluctuates. It's fluid, kind of like gender. You know, it's cool. Calm down, chill your tits. Nah, man, I appreciate the fact that you have the right to, like, bring people into the conversation. I've noticed an uptick in your style of show pop up on my YouTube feed, and I try to give each one of you guys a fair shake. But, like, it is what it is. Anyways, man, I'll let you go. I'm sure there's someone else more interesting than me you want to talk to. I'm going out and I'm trying to get laid tonight, so wish me luck.
Good luck. Good luck. Be respectful.
I will, always. I'm with my girlfriend. I'm pretty sure it's a done deal.
Oh, sick. All right. High five.
I got to treat her right first. We're going to Whataburger.
Oh, fuck yeah.
All right, bro.
All right.
Have a good night. Good luck, man. I'm not trying to, like, razz you too much.
All right, man. Take it easy. You too.
Late.
The both sides kills me. You need to be more in the middle. Dude, the middle is left of us. The middle is left of me. Hope he doesn't get any. Am I just doing the phone for the night? Possibly. It's really low on TikTok. I might even restart on TikTok or something. All right, we'll turn the phone back on, y'all. Yellow, is this a Trump supporter?
Yes, sir, I am.
All right, what do you like about Trump?
Well, I like Trump because he's really helped out my business personally. He's lowered taxes, as you can see, and prices have never been cheaper. Never, actually. Even if you adjust for inflation, they're still cheaper than they've ever been. Now, listen, sir. I'm an American, and I look at gay femboy furry porn as much as you do. As much as any American, which is an unhealthy amount. So let's just cut to the chase. What do I do if I have a light bulb shoved up my ass?
Yeah, I don't know. Insert ready, come back. Hello, is this a Trump supporter?
Yeah.
Hi, what do you like about Trump?
Who's that? I don't know who it is.
Taylor. Rope Taylor.
Rope Taylor. I'm not gonna rope him.
No, he's literally farting on Tripp's bed.
He's farting on Tripp's bed.
Yes.
Actually?
Yes, I'm just trying to rope him.
Really?
I definitely farted on that pillow. I farted on that pillow.